Okay, well, that doesn't look like a Ford. Well, I swapped again, got a new truck. This is a 21 Ram 2500 with a 6.7 Cummins, obviously. It's the Limited, so it's got the really nice interior. And so let me just explain what happened, right? Why I got into the truck. I just happened to be, at some random dealership, and they looked at my truck and they gave me a great deal on the Ford. I mean, they offered me a lot of money for my 2020 Ford F-250 King Ranch. So much that I just couldn't pass up this deal. So, and honestly, I'm glad that it happened the way it did, and I'm glad to be back in a Ram for several reasons. One, I can see over the hood, the steering wheel, the windshield wipers. That's, for me as a short person, that's really important. And having the seat all the way down. I don't like having the seat all the way up, where my head is almost touching the ceiling, and it just, with the Ram, I can have the seat all the way down, and I'm in the truck. I'm sitting in the truck, not sitting on top of the truck, if that makes sense. Two, I'm a Cummins guy at heart. This is my 6th Ram Cummins diesel, my 6th, okay? My 5th that has the 68 RFE, and I'll talk about that either in this video or another video. But this is just kind of like first impressions, I guess. And another thing is, not only is it a Cummins diesel, but it's got the Cp3 injection pump. I am very leery of the CP4 in the Fords, and I'm glad that Ram for 2021 went back to the CP3. And yes, it does have the CP3, yeah, with my Ford, I recently just changed the fuel filters, and in the fuel filter tray, the chassis mounted fuel filter tray, there was some rust, which is not completely uncommon, like it happens, but there were some metal shavings. Not a lot, maybe 2-3 specks, but the fact that there were a little bit of metal shavings is worrisome. Not the reason why I traded. I traded because the dealership gave me a great deal, but it was concerning. So, but anyway, so truck, I'm parking the same way as I did the Ford, instead of having it go all the way back straight like I did with my 19 Ram, because this way I can walk around the truck when the garage door is shut. Oh, this 21 drives much differently than my 19 Ram. Something's different with the 21s. The 68 RFE is very smooth. In previous videos, when I've talked about my Ram trucks, I've never had any issues with the 68 RFE, never. But they're clunky. They're just clunky transmissions, right? They got their weird quirks and they got their characteristics, right? But this 21 is extremely smooth. I don't know what they did, but it drives like the Ford with the 10-speed. It's smooth, really smooth. So that's something that I noticed immediately driving this truck. But okay, so let's take a look at the interior. Obviously, it's a Limited, right, as you can tell. And one thing I love about the Ram interiors is that they use real leather and real wood, and it's everywhere, right? Like the dash. I mean, like the door panels, right? This is real wood. I mean, real leather. You can pull apart the leather stitching here, and you can see that everything's stitched, and this is real wood. I think like Ram calls it dark magenta wood or something. But anyways, so sitting in the truck, what's important to me is visibility, right? So right now, as you're looking, this is how, when I drive, this is my view. This is what I see. And I have the seat all the way down, which is great. With the Ford, I had to have the seat all the way up. And yeah, I can telescope the steering wheel out and extend the pedals, and I can sit further back so I'm not on top of the dash. But I'm still almost, my head is still almost touching the ceiling. Two, the way the Ford, the hood is, the hood comes down in the center, so instead of like the Ram has more like a cowl induction hood. Ford has like a reverse cowl induction hood. And the windshield wiper gets in my way. I see windshield wiper, then hood. With the Ram, as you can see, it's all hood. The windshield wipers are tucked away under the hood, if that makes sense. See how that top level right there with the cowl induction, right? the windshield wipers sit under it. So the windshield wiper is nowhere in my field of vision in terms of seeing over the hood. Whereas the Ford, the windshield wiper is like right there, right? It's like right there, if that makes sense. Another thing is the dash, the Ford, this part here, it comes up and it's really high, right? So I have to have the seat all the way up. If I have the seat all the way down in the Ford, this is my view. Okay, you ready? That's my view. That's what I see when I'm in the Ford if I have the seat all the way down. And I don't like that. Okay? But that's one of the many reasons why I decided to trade up. Not only did they give me a very good deal, but everyday driving, this is what I see, and this visibility is important. How you now, some people don't care if they see the windshield wiper and if they can't see the hood. They don't. Some people don't care. I care. It bothers me. And me being short, knowing that over time the seat motor may go out and it'll start to sink and blah 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 blah, and you know, it's anyways. But I'll give it to Ford. Ford is a much bigger truck, right? The interior is bigger, so yeah, it's just natural that you would have to have the seat all the way up because it is a bigger truck. That's just a fact. But anyways, Ram, you know, it's got a limited interior 12-inch screen. It's great, you know, real leather, not molded soft plastic material that, you know, has fake stitching and fake leather. You know, it's real. Brushed aluminum, trim pieces, real wood, real leather everywhere. It's kind of dark in here, but that's okay. I'll do another video when there's better lighting and kind of do more in depth. But you know, I just want to make sure I show you all the CP3. Some people are like, well, how do you know it starts CP3? You know, well, everyone knows that on the 21 Rams, they have the Cp3 injection pump, and there it is, the Cp3 injection pump. Fantastic, love it. Anyways, again, this is my 6th Ram Cummins diesel. My 5th Ram that has 68 RFE, and again, I've never had any problems with my 68 RFE trucks. I had problems with my 47 RE, my 1999. I put a lot of money into that truck. Repair-wise is what I'm talking about. But yeah, no, overall, I'm very pleased with the truck. This 21 is very different from the 19 Ram that I had, right? That was that Ram Longhorn that I had. This 21 is just, is different. It's more grounded. The transmission is smoother. It's just good. It's hard to explain. For those who've never driven Ram, you will have no idea what I'm talking about. But for those of us who've had multiple Ram trucks, not just one, I'm talking multiple, like me. Right? This is my 6th, okay? You know what I'm talking about when I say the transmission is clunky. It's got weird characteristics and weird shift characteristics. It's just clunky, it's just weird. But yeah, so I'll do another more in-depth video later on, you know, using my PowerPoint slides, have an agenda, and blah, blah, blah. But this is kind of first impression video of the truck. But yeah, there she is. So, and we'll see you in the next video.